Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Shop Talk Tuesday Live. Can you got one? You guys hear me okay? And two, if you are chiming in this evening, let me know where you're chiming in from. So we have Melanie says hello all. I'm on time tonight. Woo woo! Humming my fist in the air. Hey Melanie, how are you? Keith says, "Where's everyone from?" Ferguson Woodworks, evening all. Pedro, hello Nathan, how's it going? Well, guys, hey Roxy. I don't know if you can see my dog in the background. She came in for shop talk as well. But anyway, guys, how are you all doing this evening? Tonight is once again we're doing Shop Talk Tuesday live. And first things first, have you guys entered the giveaway? If you haven't, be sure to go to my last video and check it out. And if you guys have never been to Shop Talk Tuesday before, remember tonight is a time just for like a Q&A session, and also anything you've asked, or even anything that you've had questions on before that you haven't been able to ask, feel free to comment and ask them down below. Also, if you want to, I've had people ask about Super Chat before. If you want to do that, feel free. If you want to rep your website or your company or anything like that, you can use a Super Chat, post it up there, and not only are you getting some people looking at your stuff, but also you'll be supporting this channel as well. So so I want to go over some quick comments here. Jeremy says, "Happy St. Patrick's Day." Emerson says, "Hi." John Williams, loud and clear in Georgia. Sue says, "New to resin here." Schmitty says, "Hello from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania." Caught alive finally. That's awesome. Dave says, "Stay safe, you all." Carrie says, "Greeting from Michigan." Emerson, Mount Vernon, New York. Melanie says, "I entered." Powdersville, South Carolina, checking in. So Pedro says, "The rules are the same, question mark. I'm in Portugal." I will check. So if you guys have looked down in the description, it's for US only, but I will check into that actually, and I will give you an update on that and see where we can see if we can ship outside the country, but I'll definitely try. Sue says, how do you say that? Pudges Sound, Washington. Jason says, "Hi all from Streatham, London, UK." Kelly, Bucyrus, Ohio. Sue says that was supposed to be Puget or Puget Sound, Washington. DK says, "Hi from Foxborough, Massachusetts." Mike says, "Belvedere, Illinois, love your channel." Thanks, Mike. And Emerson's, "I have a question for you. Can I use a tabletop to make a river?" Yes, you can. You can use anything you would like. You could carve a river and pour it. It's all good. You can pretty much use anything that you would like. Second star from the right says, "Hey from Canada." How's it going, guys? So yeah, I had a few things that I wanted to talk about. One was the giveaway. As you guys know, we're giving away 1.5 gallons of Stone Coat Countertops casting epoxy. Also, we are giving away two of the Goodview Woodworks pigments. So it's a really cool giveaway, and I'm sure you guys will be able to use it. And if you haven't had a chance to buy any epoxy because it's a little expensive, you can use it. This will be a chance to be able to get into it. So it's pretty cool. Secondly, we have a few cool projects coming up. We'll be finishing the curly cherry table tomorrow. I'll be recording the last part of that, and we should be able to get a video up by this weekend. And then we have a ring box that is in the process of being made too. So that'll be done. And we also have some really cool projects coming up, like a night light for my daughter in her room. I'd like to make a really cool epoxy resin night light out of some wood and some LEDs and things like that. We have some more tables that are coming up, and so there's a lot of really cool projects coming up. I bought some burl as well, so we can try to cast some burl and show some other stuff that I haven't done yet on this channel. But for example, making a silicone mold that way you can reuse things over and over, things like that. So Dave Scott says how to enter a drawing. So Dave, if you go back to the last video I posted, and all the rules are in the description there in that last video. Matt John says, hey from Ohio. Melanie says, do we need to enter the contest one time? So Melanie, yeah, it's just one time. And to enter the contest, you have to like, comment, be a subscriber, and to share the video on some sort of post social media. Linda Conway says, we enjoy. Savannah George says, hey from Florida. Dave Scott says, thanks. No problem, Dave. So if you guys have a chance to catch the title of the video of this live, I had a few comments here and there. Obviously, some people saying that they didn't like the live stream because obviously it's the quality is not there, and that is subject to change here soon. I live out in the country, and we have a satellite. We do DSL, so satellite. So usually upload and download is very slow, but I try to do my best, even though the quality of the pictures not there. We try to get as much information to you guys as possible in case you're interested in epoxy. You guys can get the best bang for your buck, essentially. Also, the title of the video was kind of asking, what do you guys want to see? Is there anything in with Good View Woodworks channel that you're not seeing that you would like to see? And where would you guys like for this channel to go? So I'll open that question up while we're talking tonight, and anytime you want to answer that question, that would be great. I want to hear from you guys because I would like to post what you guys want to see as well. Also, with the whole coronavirus, are you guys doing okay? Everybody staying healthy? So, Mountain of Coin, what is that? Mountain of Hay from Montana. Ferguson Woodwork says C920 camera would help with pit quality. Well, as far as a live stream, would that help? I mean, my internet is terrible. So I don't know about that. Keith says it just makes it more real. Dave Scott says cypress wood ? Hey Dave, what do you mean? You would like to see me use some cypress? Second Star Right says love epoxy projects, would love to see you push the boundaries with it. Hey, Second Star to the Right. So can you give me an example of something that'd be pushing the boundaries? Would that be like not following the rules of mixing and trying to see what's going on, or like pouring like a really thick pour, like 5-6 inches? Let me know. Linda says, we enjoy your channel. Your contest is a really cool thing to do. Thanks. We're learning a lot and enjoying healthy here in Florida. Dave Scott says Pecky Wood cypress. Okay, Dave, I'll see what I can do if I can get some cypress around here. I haven't seen a lot of it for sale around here, but I'll see what I can do. And Melanie says healthy and have toilet paper. That's great news. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you don't want to run out of that. That stuff is. Well, I went to Walmart the other day, and it was empty, so empty you could see all the way through the racks. It was crazy. DK says, thank you for continuing your videos with this virus thing going on. It's a good little break for all of it. No problem at all. Matt Jones says, how about a countertop? Hey, Matt, great question. As a matter of fact, my wife and I are going to be redoing our countertops in our kitchen this year. So we will have countertop stuff coming up as well. Also, we may show another step side of the epoxy and do a like a dresser, and we may flip a dresser, like buy an old one and redo the top in epoxy as well. So we have some cool things there. Ferguson Woodwork says, we'll get together. I told you I'd help you with streaming stuff. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Ferguson Woodworks. I really appreciate it. Yeah, just hit me up on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Um, Ferguson says, in New York, coronavirus is starting to run rampant here. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Destiny says, hi, I love your work. Hey, Destiny, how are you? Carrie Hirschberger says, hanging in there, but they have closed all restaurants and bars or gathering places. Only carry out food, so it means stuck at home doing the epoxy. Oh man, stuck at home doing epoxy. That's terrible. Savannah George says, compared to some other woodworking channels, yours goes into more detail, and all the little helpful hints are amazing. Savannah, I really appreciate that too, because that is the goal here at Goodview Woodworks, is to really, I want to equip you guys with everything that I know so that you guys could have a successful epoxy pour, whichever you're doing. Because when I was trying it on my own before I had the channel and before I used the epoxy and stuff like that, I would, try to find out as much information. But really, it's a trial and error. And the terrible part is epoxy is so expensive, that trial and error was also very expensive, and so I'm trying to save you guys some money as well. Um, so Ferguson Woodwork says, had our first case report in my county last night. Man, that is awful. So, well, I hope you guys stay healthy, and that if you do happen to get the coronavirus, that it's mild for real, because it's got to be terrible. Um, Second Star Right says, like freestanding waterfalls or objects splashing into water caught in time type of thing. Oh, that'd be really cool. So to do that, yeah, I'd have to get my carving skill going on here. Yeah, but that okay. I'd love to do that too. Renee Porter says, hey, from Virginia Beach. Weston says, love the live edge stuff, but would be interesting to see how you would incorporate non-live edge, like the dresser ideas. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I could. Yeah, see, my wife and I were just talking about this last night. We were thinking about doing a dresser and have the drawer fronts like technically what the river table would be, but then ripping it down, and so that each drawer has it looks like a river table from the front of the piece, but each drawer pulls out, and so it's going to be pretty cool. Second Star Right says, my wife is a pharmacist at the hospital, and she says medical professionals aren't getting tested because they would have to be in quarantine for 14 days. That means no doctors will be available 14 days. So crazy. It's so crazy, all the things us non-medical people, what we don't understand happens behind the scenes. And so Second Star to the Right, we really appreciate all the help and everything that your wife and all these medical professionals are doing. So Matt Johnson says, we do mostly floors. Since watching some of your stuff, we've been doing river tables and cutting boards. Oh, that's awesome, Matt. It's really cool. I'm glad you're able to use some of this content. And Travis been using the stone coat for years now. So Travis, tell me, have you used other stuff, and how do you like stone coat? James Harris says, hi, y'all from Buffalo, New York. Renee Porter says, shout out to Grandma June. She's on here too. Hey, Grandma, how are you? What are you guys doing over there? You just hanging out? Matt Johnson says, we have also been buying tables and dressers from Facebook and reselling them. Oh, that's cool. So Matt, what have you been doing to them? You've been refinishing the top, or like what have you been doing? Be really cool. Hey Matt, if you're on Facebook, if you go to our private group called the Goodview Woodworks community, you can go in there and post some pictures. I'm sure people would love to see pictures there. I know I would. Be really cool. So Things are right says ribs for dinner. Who's jealous? Jennifer says, "Hey Nathan and good viewers, cold and self isolated in southern New Hampshire. Hope everyone's staying well." Jennifer, yeah. That is wow, cold and self isolated. That doesn't sound too much fun. You get anything done while you're at home though? Ferguson Woodworks has fried, not dried chicken. And hey, Carrie, what is it? Sorry, I can't pronounce your handle, but it says, "Hey all, in lockdown near Charlotte, North Carolina." So I lived in Mooresville for a little while, right near Charlotte. Savannah George says you should have your wife join on a few videos like you did with your stepdad. Yeah, okay. Well, I've asked a few times. I don't think she doesn't like being in front of the camera, but maybe in the future we might do something like that. Oh, Chris. Okay, Chris, I'm real sorry. So, Chris lives near Charlotte. I appreciate that though. Travis says, I have used just about everything out there, but cost wise and usability, Stone Coat is my favorite. I also do a lot of wood turning using the casting epoxy. Yeah, Travis. If you've seen any of my channel, I really like Stone Coat as well. Chris says that's awesome. I have a dog by Andy. Dave Scott says, do you have some way to receive pictures to look at our projects to give pointers to improve? Hey, Dave, of course. If you have any of the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, um, you can go to Goodview Woodworks there and send a private message on either one of those. If you don't have either of those, you can also go to goodviewwoodworks.com, and I have an email section down there, and we can respond back and forth. You can send pictures and anything through there. DK says, I've been thinking about making the risers on the stairs in my house look like aquariums or water scene. Oh, that's really cool. That would be really cool. I'd like to see a picture of that. Travis says, yeah, I watch all of your videos. Thanks, Travis. Matt says, okay, we will. We have just been resurfacing and putting decorative coats on them, different designs. All Stone Coat, yeah. Stone Coat is great. And T&J Outdoor says, sorry I'm late. It's all good, man. No worries at all. Travis says, I own a custom cabinet and furniture shop here in Central Texas. Oh, that's awesome. So how's business down in Central Texas? And what's the weather like down there right now? Is it warm or cool? If you guys have seen, Portable Plastic has sent us another gallon and a half kit. So if you guys haven't seen any of my latest videos using the Incredible Solutions Portable Plastic, this stuff is also great casting resin. So the reason why I like it is because you can pour really thick, and it takes about 2.5 days at 70 degrees, 75 degrees. It takes about 2.5 days to fully set up, which gives time for air bubbles to rise out of it and things. And so what I was noticing on here, some people were saying when we were doing the giveaway that money is a big issue, is a big issue why people don't want to start casting and things like that. So I wanted to say that the Incredible Solutions is a little bit more budget friendly. Also, if you are going to buy some on Amazon, you can use Goodview 10WW, that coupon code, and you can get 10% off. So just wanted to share that with you guys too. And it comes in a kit like this. You have it's gallon and a half. You have a gallon and then a half a gallon of hardener. So a gallon of epoxy, half gallon of hardener. In case you guys were wondering. Um, you may not have used that, or you may not have seen me use it. That stuff is great. One of my favorites now. Um, DK says it would have to be my basement stairs. My wife didn't like the idea. That's hilarious. Um, that is so funny. Dave Scott says, "Okay, great, thanks again." And Travis says, "Great, about 75 degrees." Okay, in Texas, that's awesome. Travis says, "Business still booming, but with the virus, we have 2 cases in our county, but we're right near Fort Hood." Well, man, I'm sorry to hear that. It seems like that stuff's spreading like crazy. Dave Scott says, "Super awesome channel." Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. Second Star of the Right says, "I saw a guy use recycled broken safety glass in a bucket with a glass tile on top to pour epoxy over and make candle vases." Well, that's really cool. You saw like a video of it? Um, Man, I'd like to see that. Post that on post a link on our on the Goodview Woodworks community group. I'd like to see that. Dave says, "Great information." Keith says, "Do you prefer deep cast compared to the shallow pour items?" Yes, yeah, because I like to pour it all at one time, and sometimes if you are to pour the thin pours and you do multiple pours, you can see the lines from the side, and I don't like that. Um, Second Star of the Right says, "Sterilize is an awesome idea." And Mr. Mouse says, "You a Texas boy?" Nope, I'm a Virginia boy, born and raised. Second Star of the Right says, "Yeah, video on YouTube. It's an old video though." That's all good. There's still some good old stuff out there. Um, Anything really. So that if you go to the Goodview Works community group on Facebook, it's really just a place where anybody can post, and we can answer questions. All those things, and we can chat back and forth. People can share ideas and whatever. Matt John says, "Any bubbles pouring that deep?" So I'm glad you asked. So with this Incredible Solutions casting epoxy, I haven't, the last pour, if you go back and watch the last couple videos of the curly cherry table, we poured without sealing the edges, without any of that stuff, no prep, just straight on the bare wood, and we didn't get any bubbles, zero bubbles. And so it worked out really well. Mr. Mouse says, "Move to Texas." Ferguson Woodbury says, "The epoxy I used was great. Poured it, popped bubbles right away. Never had to pop any after the initial pour, which was great because I work 10 to 12-hour days." Yeah, yeah. So, Ferguson, what epoxy were you using again? Linda says, "Your thoughts on Pro Marine epoxy recommended to us." Okay, so I am not a big fan of Pro Marine epoxy. However, there are people like Nick Shelton that are on this channel who comment and things, who are as a subscriber, and Blue Water Wood Company. If you've seen his stuff on the community group, he likes it. I will say that the pros to Pro Marine epoxy are that it's has UV inhibitors in it. It's really durable and strong, like hard, scratch resistance and things like that. However, you can't pour it very thick. Yeah, to me, I've had problems with bubbles, things like that. So I just don't care for it. You can't pour very deep with it. Excuse me. And so there are other epoxies I prefer. Matt Johnson says, "Wow." Travis says, "I'm with you, Mouse." Second Star of the Right says, "Love what you're doing. You're going places." Chris says, "Can you put a link to the Incredible Solutions? Getting ready to do my first big pour and looking for something a bit more cost effective than Ecopoxy. I guess Ecology, but I think it's Ecopoxy." Yeah, okay, Chris. Yeah, Ecopoxy. Yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, look, Chris, if you go back to the Curly Cherry coffee table, I have linked it down in the description there and the discount code as well. Thomas says, I hope it is good. And sorry, Thomas. He said, I buy epoxy resin from China. I hope it's good. And DK says, wash your hands, Thomas. Oh, you guys are funny. Ferguson says, Flowcast by Eco Epoxy. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. So yeah, Ferguson Woodworks, man, your table looked great. I like the blue. T&J Outdoor says just made a bench with the epoxy stripe, goes up the side, across the top, down the other side. Pics coming soon to the Good View page. Hey man, appreciate that. I know we'd all like to see that. Thomas says, DK, what you mean? So Ferguson Woodworks says you can pour 1/4 to 1.5 inches thick with the Flowcast. Sue says, can you use crushed mirror glass as a filler? Yes, you can use crushed glass. This is the problem though. Just make sure that if you're planing the top, that you have, like when you pour your mirror glass, make sure you do a one pour where there's no glass. Then you can fill it up with glass in the middle and do another pour where there's enough epoxy so that when you plane it down, it's not going to hit any of those pieces of glass. DK says, LOL, trying to make light of the Corona situation. Thomas says, I pay $160 for 20 kilograms. Hey, Thomas, how much, so I don't know the conversion, 20 kilograms to gallons. How much is that? Let's see. See if I can find it real quick. Kilograms to gallons. Looks like 20 kilograms, so it's 5 gallons. Wow. Let's go. Yeah, 5.25 gallons. Sorry. Yeah, so wow. So for $160, you have 5.25 gallons. That's actually really good. Mr. Mouse says, do you do this full time or do you have another job? Hey, Mr. Mouse, great question. So I do not do this full time, even though I'd like to. My full time job, I work for a railroad contractor, and I wire, install the equipment, and I build control houses that operate track switches and signals, things like that. Then sometimes I help test out in the field after things are installed. So that's what I do there. Matt says we have more epoxy than toilet paper here in Ohio. And then Thomas says, I always use gloves. That's hilarious. Second Star to the right says, can you use crumpled tinfoil under your epoxy to make it shimmer? I'm sure you could. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. That's a pretty cool idea. Jennifer says, good point, Nathan. Same if you put rocks in your rivers. Yes. Make sure there's a layer below and above so you don't play down and hit anything. Thomas says, just for product shipping is like $134. Wow. So the message. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll unhide this one. Thomas says he shops at Alibaba.com. T&J Outdoor says yes to the tinfoil. Tried it. Oh, okay. So, that's really cool. Hey, T&J, post that picture too, man. I'd like to see that as well. Mr. Mouse says, thank you for responding. Absolutely love your show. I hope the Lord bless you so much that you can do it full time one day. Mr. Mouse, I would love that. That would be awesome. It's something that my wife and I have talked about quite often and dreamed about, really. And so I do hope the Lord blesses it that way as well. DK says that's cool about the tinfoil. See, that's why I really like building a community of you guys, and because people have tried lots of different things and they have different experiences than I have, and that's what's really cool about the Good View Woodworks community page is we can share information like that if we miss, like a Shop Talk Tuesday or something like that. So that's an awesome tip. Dave says, do you recommend an inexpensive planer? So yeah, well, not a specific brand, but I will tell you to search around. I bought my planer. I have a DeWalt 12.5-inch planer, and it's great. I use it all the time, and I bought it used. It was not, and it wasn't used very much, but brand new. They still sell the same model, the 734 DeWalt 734, and it's like $450. And I bought it a couple of years ago for like $120. So I would just recommend searching online, searching Facebook Marketplace or something like that to find something used, because you can always put new blades in it and have it work really well. T&J Outdoor says just need to be careful because it keeps the epoxy warmer. So he's talking about the tinfoil in the epoxy. That's cool. Thomas says everyone hit the like button. Yeah, that'd be great. You guys do me a favor, hit that like button, and it would put our video higher up in the queue. Keith says, have you done anything using lights yet? Not yet, but that is soon to come in the next couple of projects. So we're going to be using some really soon, really shortly. Travis says you should see the pine cones and sweet gumballs in the epoxy. So I actually have cast a pine cone before, and I was going to turn on the lathe, but I didn't know what I was doing at the time. This was years ago, so I'll have to come back to that as well. No, that was cool. I haven't thought about the gumballs. The gumballs is a great idea, though. Saint Star Right says, love the router trick you used to plane. Yeah, the router sled. Yeah, it's really cool, and it's super easy to build. 2 pieces of MDF and you're set. Thomas says only 8 likes. That's all right. No worries at all. So if you guys have any more questions for me, shoot them out right now. I just want to thank you guys again for showing up this evening. I always have a blast with Shop Talk Tuesday. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting this channel. One way to also support this channel, if you haven't gone to my last video and signed up for the giveaway, I would encourage you guys to do that, because not only do you guys get epoxy, but it also helps support this channel as well. So Renee Porter says, don't forget to share and ask your friends to subscribe. See? Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. Look, my mom is hooking it up. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking some time, and I'll be praying for all of us that the coronavirus, stays away from us, or we have a mild case. I know it's a terrible thing, but all you guys are in my prayers. So thanks again, and as always, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. You guys have a good evening. Okay, stay safe.